live stream.
Hey.
Hello.
It's busy in here.
Yeah. There's three of us.
I see NRT already spotted what we were doing.
Yeah. This thing isn't on CES, but we are featuring a new mic stand. Indeed, it's an improv.
Yeah.
So just a water bottle and.
For like next half an hour, we're sharing a microphone. That's why it's on the water bottle. So Peter is not allowed to drink.
Not just the microphone. We're also sharing, germs and shit.
Of course, sharing is caring.
Oh, yeah.
We just started, you're always swearing.
We're both on holiday in the coming days, though.
I think both leaving tomorrow. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That will be good for us. Welcome, everybody.
We go, right? So this is the time to get sick. Traditionally, right? That's how it goes.
Okay, so today we have a really busy live stream. The main thing we'll be doing is manage Peter his time. Sorry?
What?
We haven't even mentioned yet what we're going to talk about.
Oh, it's CES.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of new products to talk about.
Obviously.
Yes. It's a very busy live stream indeed.
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome everybody. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. No, we're not in Las Vegas.
No, I wish we were, but then again,
Then we would have been gambling right now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Oh.
Losing a lot of money.
So it's safer.
Let's start. So, who wants to take this one?
You really don't know what this is about, right? This is about
I know what this is about, but I also know there's a lot of products here that I don't know exactly.
We're not going to talk about all those products.
Awards.
This is about innovation awards. Yes. So each year, CES panel, I'm not sure how it works. They're selecting the most innovative products. And I think, to the looks of it, we got like 6 awards for monitor, a mainboard, liquid cooling, and an AI notebook.
Yeah, all right, Romy. So Romy is a new concept that up until now, we haven't gone into networking that long ago, and we have 2 routers, if I'm not mistaken, and but we didn't have any roaming functionality yet. So, and also these were really aggressively gaming-oriented routers. So this, as you can see, is really more of a, more neutral design, and it's just meant as a whole house solution, let's say, or whole building, whatever, as a mesh network. So
it's like a family-friendly.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's not, if you don't like the whole gaming aesthetic, and this is way more neutral, way more, it just blends into the background, let's say. So it can be done everywhere, and it's Wi-Fi 7, so we're getting ready for Wi-Fi 7. As you can see.
Wi-Fi 7 is now also getting certified, so the final spec draft, so products can be sent to the organization. Yeah. And then everything gets certified, and then
I haven't migrated that much to Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 6E yet.
Yeah,
so
I'm Wi-Fi 6 at home.
Yeah, I have a couple of things Wi-Fi 6, but I'm still on 5 for a.
Let's say my network. Most is indeed most devices. I mean,
there you go. Yeah,
always
so,
behind.
The devices aren't keeping up yet, but hey, that's a matter of time. Anyway, we are just announcing these products. They're not available right now. It's just we're showing those products on the booth, and so at some point this year, probably they will become available, but we don't have the exact dates or anything.
And when they are available, we will try to do a live stream about most of them.
Exactly.
All the internets.
Yes. So this is more like, the product being shown there, it's more like a show of intent. Like this is what we're working on, or this is like in a very advanced stage
Peter, Strike Pro.
Yeah, so Strike Pro Wireless, this is part of a new lineup of our gaming gear, or as it may become known in the future, gear. I'm not sure, we might be moving away from the gaming. That's an option so far.
I think I saw one of our employees from HQ already walking around with this one like 6 or 9 months ago.
Oh,
I was like, isn't that NEA?
No. I think that was because it does look a little bit similar to the GM51 because of the side LEDs.
Yeah,
exactly.
The RGB.
Yeah. But this one has a charging station which also has the similar shaped RGB in it, which is really nice.
So more RGB is more FPS.
Exactly. I think it does have a newer optical sensor, but I'm not 100% sure about that. The big thing about this, I believe, is the 8K polling rate. So 8,000 hertz. Really fast, just super responsive, and that's the point here.
And both available on wired and wireless.
Yeah. Also the Force Pro Wireless. So this is a new controller that we're working on as well. Our controllers so far, the GC30 and GC20. Also, of course, it has triggers with magnetic Hall effect. I had to look this up. I'm not familiar with the technology, but it seems like it's more like a magnetic way of measuring the input, let's say, which makes it more precise as well. In terms of how far you're pushing the triggers, let's say. So that's really cool.
It's either that you just touch them or you completely need to squeeze them.
Yeah, well, it can measure exactly how far you squeeze. So it's more like for I don't know, maybe
Probably there's three
racing
different
games and stuff like that. It's like throttle levels and that kind of stuff. You know,
three
that's where
different
it's really
thresholds.
useful. So it's not like full throttle or nothing. It's just and everywhere in between and how many steps. Yeah. So Spatium M580 PCIe 5.0 NVMe 2.M.2 Frozzer Liquid SSD. Damn, that's a mouthful.
That's a good password.
Actually, the SSD is not part of the marketing name.
Jeez. I need a holiday after that. Anyway. So yeah, really next gen Gen 5 M.2 SSD, and it's liquid cooled. So that's the big thing here. I mean, we've seen a lot of SSDs coming out, especially Gen 5. They use a bit more power. They have a bit of a higher TDP, so they need that cooling. And so we've seen them with a lot of heat sinks. We also have one here that we'll show later on. We've seen them with passive heat sinks, with active heat sinks, but this one is actually even water cooled. So yeah, liquid cooler for NVMe, yes. The thing is, you know, you have a very tiny footprint, and it's going to, I mean, Gen 5 is, I don't know, up to maybe 20 watts or something, 15, 20 watts, somewhere in between there. That heat that you have to dissipate at full performance. And there's very little room on that little stick to do that, even with a heatsink on it. So, you know, liquid cooling in a very small form factor actually starts to make sense. Especially when you think forward, because Gen 6 is probably going to be able to, you know, use power up to maybe 25 watts or something. So it's going to require even more cooling.
Skeets has a complete loop for your M.2. That would be cool. Like a 360 radiator.
Yeah,
just
maybe. I don't know. In the end, you know, maybe it will be, you know, integrated in other products where, you know, where like your liquid cooler on the CPU, and then there's a set distance to the first M.2 slot, and that will be covered. I don't know. You know, at some point we're gonna maybe see things like that. Anyway, this is a first step in that direction. It's more of a proof of concept at the moment.
Talk about the Frozzer Plus.
Yeah, so the Frozzer Plus was the thing that I mentioned with that's an active cooled heatsink. So basically means
the one in the middle
with a fan on it. The one in the middle indeed, a little bit to the left side of you. Yeah, they can't see that, Eric. He's moving his mouse for us, so we can actually see it. I don't think you guys can see the mouse.
I think they can.
No, because that's an OBS.
No.
No. That's on his notebook.
My left.
Sorry. Oh, I didn't see. I thought that was the mouse for OBS. Okay. Yeah. No. Fair enough. Yeah,
Peter,
I can see it. Okay. Cool.
That's a hand.
Yeah.
That's also a new technology. Anyway, so yeah, that's indeed with. But that one was, to be fair, that one isn't really new on CES. I believe we already showcased that one on Computex last year. So it's out. And then there's the M570 Pro Frozzer, which we also have here, but I'm not sure if you want to show it.
Yeah, you can take it out. I mean,
which is basically just it's an SSD with a heatsink on it. So this is the one is passive. And so in the box,
and no liquid cooling.
No,
so
indeed,
just
this
a regular
is not liquid.
heatsink with heat pipe.
Yes, indeed. So, but this is already. I mean, it looks already way more impressive because there's the SSD is here at the bottom. Let's say. Not sure if you guys can see it, but here you can see there's the connector, and here's the part that you have to screw down usually, or click down these days. And then on top of that, there's like quite a tall heatsink with some heat pipes.
What does it say on the side? Actual size? Oh no, factory seal.
Where on which side?
Yeah, the black sticker.
Oh, here. Yeah. And then on the top, there's the nice. I think it looks quite nice. They made a nice job of it. You know.
Yeah, so it's amazing Gen 5 SSDs how big they are.
Well,
you know,
the SSDs themselves are very small, but I mean, it requires cooling, and that's the thing. And that's why you see these things more and more. And it's not because they want to make them look cooler or more impressive or anything.
Alan JT is saying it needs a support bracket. Yeah, almost.
Yes, yeah. You're gonna get M.2 slot sag indeed, or something. We're
going to write that down. That's for a new generation motherboards.
You need steel armor on the M.2 slot. Yeah. But I mean, without kidding, yes, these are becoming more heavy and they require more cooling, especially because this footprint is just so small. There's no area to dissipate the heat without building a heatsink on top of it. So that's what you need to do. Then another really cool thing that they've introduced or are showcasing there, which is basically, I would say, a rugged housing for an M.2. So Spatium NVMe. Well, that we'll have to test. I mean, that's asking a lot, right?
Yeah,
so we need to. I
I'll
don't want to
try it
certify that quite yet, but hey, we can ask if we can test that. That might be like a Tesla moment, right? So maybe we need to be careful and test that beforehand. Anyway, so it's an enclosure, a 20 gigabit bit per second. Yeah, it's a small B.
GPS,
so gigabit per second. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
so it's a
that's
Type-C housing.
USB 3.2 Gen 2 times 2.
Yeah, that's the term that you will know. I have no idea. I don't even want to know that term because it's confusing as hell.
20 gigabit per second, a lot easier.
There you go. Yeah. So just mention the speed.
By the way, always Type-C. So also on the side of your system, always use the Type-C 20 gigabit port. There are no Type-A's that can support 20 gigabit per second.
No. So it's a housing which can house, of course, the pretty much all form factors up to 2280. So that's why it mentions 2242 and 2260 because those are shorter, let's say, and then the max form factor is 2280, which is the typical form factor, I guess, for most M.2s these days.
Yeah, that's length. Actually, in millimeters, the length of the card.
Exactly. That's where 22 wide and 80 long, let's say. So that's why it's and so it's IP68 rated, which means 1 meter for 30 minutes submersion, let's say. So that's why
we can put this in there?
No, that won't fit. So that's why I'm actually interested indeed. Like, will that function as kind of like a heatsink as well? Like, is that connected? And then will the housing get warm? I'm not sure.
You see it over there? That's a photo from CES where you have this enclosure.
I mean, if you submerge, maybe that's the thing. That's also like passive water cooling. Like you put it in there, put it in water. That'll help cool it.
But it doesn't make sense to put a Gen 5 SD in this because, of course, you're limited to the interface. Well, 20 gigabit per second.
Yeah, that's true.
And Gen 5 goes way beyond that. True.
So I guess this is something that, again, like if you do like a rugged USB stick or a rugged drive that you want to take with you. Something like that. From front to back, let's say there's a gaming. Was it Gaming Trio or Gaming Slim? Sorry, Gaming Slim. I keep calling it Trio because that's what they used to be called.
Ventus 3X, Ventus 2X.
Ventus 2X. So there's also 2-fan solutions. There's a 2-fan Gaming Slim as well there towards the back. So yeah, a lot of options. Next one. And this is on the other side, so you also have the more traditional, the black or the darker versions of those cards.
See something less traditional there.
And then indeed something less traditional there, right there in the middle. And let's zoom in on that one because that's the real news. There we go. It's not called Graceful Power. That's the slogan for it. It's called, in this case, it's the RTX 4080 Super 16 gig Expert card. So this is a new series that we familiar with the NVIDIA Founders Edition cards. It kind of follows a similar philosophy, as in it has one fan on each side. Well, flow through is one way of putting it, but it really has a fan on each side of the card. So this is the thing you're looking at right now is the back, traditionally the back side of the graphics card. So it follows a similar philosophy. And they've said it will. Yeah, we can expect a lot of good performance, and actually, it should be thermally even better than the Founders Edition. They claim. So, obviously, we want to put that to the test.
It's really big and heavy. I helped the engineering side.
It is.
I disagree.
The thing is,
I think it's heavy.
Yeah.
Because it's a one.
It has to be because it's basically it's 2 fans, right? So it's shorter than the trio fan cards, triple fan, and so it's a bit more compact design in terms of length.
Yeah,
but then it has to be
it
has to be a little bit more wide then to still have that surface area. Again, this is on a 4080 Super, so maybe if at some point these cards, I'm not sure if they will release on lower models, but if they would. The heatsink can probably be a bit, less thick.
I love how different the opinions in the chat are. Some are calling it amazing. Others say it's so ugly.
Yeah, but that's the thing about anything you make, right?
We're also
it's
very
hate or love it.
We have one which is we're not allowed to show it.
It's very rough.
Yeah, it's like an engineering sample with like hand tooled made.
Yes. Yeah. So there's a lot of markings on it and stuff. But I mean, it's when we first received it, we were also like, okay, this is an interesting concept. Let's see.
Yeah. And we're also not sure about the color because
it's more like a gunmetal, but it's
we see some goldish finish on this. But
no, it's not really goldish. It's just
the light.
The way exactly. With gunmetal, the thing is that depends how the light bounces on it, let's say. So if you rotate it a bit, it will look slightly different, and so in each picture you might see of it from media or whatever, it will probably look slightly different in color, but that's because it's a brushed finish gunmetal, so that changes with the light
in the booth.
Exactly. So but it's really cool, and it's a metal or I think aluminum I think they said die cast as well.
So AMD launched a lot of new CPUs, some for socket AM4, some for socket AM5. basically from MSI side, they're all supported. The 5000 series have no problem at all. You can just put them in any mainboard. Yeah. Sorry, the AM4 motherboard of the AM4 CPUs, the 5000 series. You can just run them from any motherboard with any problem. The AM5 CPUs, the 8000 series, you have to watch out because some BIOSes still don't support it.
But it's the same with AM4. Like if you have a really old BIOS, then it may not work.
Yeah, indeed. But most of these boards on MSI have BIOS flash button, so you can still use it. I call it BIOS flashback. Anyway, the BIOS flash button, so you can still.
BIOS button.
Yeah, indeed. And this is something what we now have running on CES. This is a different case, the one we're going to use next week. But this is LED crystal film screen, and they put it on the inside, and with that they can play movies. So let's have a look. So on the left side you see the MISO case, and the right side the Pano case, which has it's not rounded. And with those LEDs, with the film LED screen, you basically can play some movies. Of course, you need to make sure the background is dark enough, otherwise, and then some images cannot display, so it's a little bit of customization need to go on. This is not something. This is something what we're experimenting with. It's not a product. So at this moment, CES, you know those events. I think I also told you this in the past. Let's go back and forward. Yeah. This is also to get customer feedback, to get media feedback. Is it something you're willing to use? Is it something you're looking forward to? How can we improve products, etc.? So this is one of these concepts on the case we just talked about. Floating lucky indeed.
These are two new models in our MAG GL series power supplies. I have an example of one of those models here. This is the existing MAG A750 GL PCIe 5. Currently the PCIe 5 cable is also attached to it. That's with a nice...
The green screen is eating away the yellow.
Yeah, but this is a nice yellow connector, so you can see if you properly plugged it in. These series were already available in 650 watt, that was without this connector, and the 750 and 850 both have this new PCIe 5 connector. And now there will be two new models. One is 1000 watt, the A1000 GL, and the other one is 1250 watt, the A1250 GL. And both, of course, come with the PCIe 5 connector. It supports both ATX 3.1 and PCI Express 5.1.
It's a small improvement on the standards, right?
Yeah, so basically you had the 12VH PWR connector in the old standard, and now you have the 12V then dash 2X6 connector. Basically a revision on that connector, so it's still a 12 plus 4 pin, so 12 pins for the power and 4 pins for the sensing. The sensing pins are a little bit shorter now, whereas the power pins are a little bit longer. By having a little bit shorter sensing pins, you have to properly plug it in order to make contact and before it activates. And by having slightly longer pins in the regular terminals, you get a better connection. So this is all to prevent any issues of plugs not being plugged in properly and then causing burning, melting issues, etc.
Yeah, it wasn't a problem with our yellow connector. You could clearly see when it was
yeah, you can clearly see
in.
it there, but now it's also more foolproof basically. So it's more difficult to use it incorrectly, because if the sense pins are not connected, it will not transmit that amount of power to the graphics. So the easy 120 LED fans, here you see 3 combined together, also have them in white. So they are of course 120mm fans. In this case 360 when 3 are combined. It's a very nice magnetic way of combining them. So basically if I take this out, then you can, and it's also magnetically attached. Right here you see how they interconnect. So this is both the RGB
and the power
and the PWM signal can be transferred through this. So you only have to connect them on one side. Let me see. Yeah.
And one side is for signal for RGB and the other side for power, right?
I'm not sure actually. I don't know if you take it out on one side. Could be. I still need to test with these. But they come with a nice hub. So this is the hub. It has 4 ports on there, but on each port, of course, you can connect multiple fans. I believe if you go over 12 or 16, I don't know the exact details, you do need a second SATA power connector. So if you use a limited number of fans, you can do it with a single SATA power connector. No, I need to have it on this side. And by interconnecting these, of course, usually you would pick the same color. You can attach even more fans to single ports, and you can do that in different orientations.
Our favorite game, Mike?
Yes, Monster Hunter.
Yeah, one time they asked us, can you guys play this game for your live stream?
Yes,
Yeah, sure. And we're like, oh my god. It's not our type of game.
No, but I know there are a lot of fans of Monster Hunter.
Absolutely.
And for all those fans, we have some nice Monster Hunter products, and I already saw a couple in chat
yeah,
who were asking about this.
Finally, yes.
Yes, there it is.
Yeah, I think, guys, you understand that not everybody likes this game, right? So we can safely say that.
I see some people in chat really love this game. They don't really like it, they love it.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about these products. Maybe we need to get them here and do a live stream about them.
Yeah, maybe we can arrange some samples and do a build. Monster Hunter
I think this will launch. Maybe I'm not allowed to say, so I will shut up because.
So maybe build it first and then play it on the system.
Capcom, a lot of restrictions, not allowed to do this, and right so. So we have a monitor and a case. To be honest, I don't know any. Do you know which case this is, Mike?
Yes, this is the Gungnir 300, and I think this is the R model in of course, the Monster Hunter look and feel.
Yeah.
Should be the R model because it has addressable RGB lighting, and the P model does not have.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the monitor. Yeah. It's a curved monitor. That's all I know.
Is it?
I guess sure? I would say yes.
It looks flat, doesn't it?
Not sure. Maybe it's flat monitor. We will see. We will see.
I also don't know which monitor it is.
We have all these specs, but we didn't.
The case is Gungnir 300.
Yeah. So this is a build with it. It's also on display over there. So you see the liquid cooling, you see the GPU, the case, the fans.
Monkit also says it's a flat monitor.
No, it's flat. Okay, thanks. Sorry. Monkit. Yeah. Okay. Why didn't you want to join our live stream?
It's a keyboard warrior.
Yeah. I like this one as well.
Matching
GPU.
graphics card.
I think it's 4070 something, and maybe probably super. Not sure about this.
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it was 40. I know it's NVIDIA.
Peter left too early. He probably knows.
Nah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Then we have a game controller as well. The motherboard.
Yeah.
I think this looks nice. I mean, even if I don't like the game, I like the aesthetics of this one. Nicely done. Since 1986.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
we
liquid
didn't have a
cooler,
bigger, better photo of this one, but basically this is the liquid cooling. Middle fan, I'm not sure why it's not spinning.
I also don't know.
It
But
looks
this
nice.
is of course based on the E360 liquid cooler.
Yeah.
But then with a Monster Hunter look and feel.
Wow, this looks also nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everything together. And then we have a notebook. Also, don't know which notebook model this is, but it looks also awesome. The dragon engraved. Is this the dragon we need to kill in the game?
Sorry?
Is this the dragon we need to hunt?
Probably. I remember we did get a pet cat in the
Yeah.
game. I like that part.
So Monster Hunter notebook. I think that's it for Monster Hunter. If you have any questions, maybe we need to make a dedicated live stream about this. And then indeed, I think Capcom, that's Japan, right?
Yeah, yes.
I'm not sure if they have English-speaking persons. A lot of times with those kind of companies in Japan, it's not easy to find.
To find an English-speaking guest, but we will try at least.
Yeah, we tried in the past as well.
Someone.
Yeah,
Or
but
maybe they have a North American or European representative that maybe we can talk to.
Yeah, indeed. The laptop is the Corsair 16HX. Yeah, how many limbs do we have to sell? We sold already the kidneys for I think the 1080
Yeah,
or
the kidneys are already gone.
Yeah, kidneys already gone. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, if you want to build this nice looking case or build, I mean, yeah, this is going to cost some money.
Chronic Mayhem says almost everyone in Japan can speak English. Yeah, I think a lot of people can, but they don't necessarily are confident enough to do it on camera usually. That's
Comfort. And we're not pushing them, you know. We're just say, are you willing?
Yeah, we will not force them, but
no.
Because Monster Hunter
in the coming months, there will be more known about all of these products. I mean, now it's just CES, and then we have limited information about all the products. So that's also why we just rush through everything. I mean, we don't know pricing, we don't know availability, we don't know which markets, we don't know the small details.
But hopefully we can give you a lot more information in a future live stream about this, also about availability.
Because somebody in the chat was already laughing at Mike like, hey, he even doesn't know how it works. No, we just got it in yesterday. So, you know, we didn't have time to play with it, to test it.
Sometimes we just find out on the go.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. So, Monkit last week talked about OLED monitors, and I think he already announced we're going to have a lot more OLED monitors, and this is one of them. Last week I also joined in the chat and I saw somebody asking what happened with this 49-inch model.
There it is.
There it is. There it is. It took 1 year because this was already announced in CES 2023. I think they had 2 samples, one broke down, but yeah, it's becoming a real product. And you can see QD OLED
21 by 9 aspect ratio.
Yeah, 49 inch, 144 hertz. It's Monkit already told us that he didn't like widescreen, so this will be like not really good for him. But it's, of course, if you want to play games on it, you need to make sure you have the right game for this. Like a racing sim or something would be awesome on this.
KeyJam is saying 90 watt. That's a lot of power for the monitor. The 90 watt is the charging from the monitor. Yeah. So, for example, if you want to charge your notebook or handheld device or your phone or whatever, you can do that from your monitor. So basically, you use the USB Type-C to, for example, connect your notebook, and then you don't need a separate notebook charger anymore because your monitor will charge your notebook. Yeah. That's what the 90 watt is for.
It needs power delivery, PD.
Yeah. So it has nothing to do with the power consumption of the monitor.
Yeah. So the monitor previous year had 240 Hz and it was a different design. Well, this all depends on the panel, how do you say that? Manufacturers, like in this case Samsung. We only can follow their plan. So if they have something planned and they decide to cancel it, and I'm not saying it happened last year with this, but this is what I can only imagine. Then, of course, we cannot bring a product to the market without the panel. The panel is the same, but still there are a lot of differences to choose from.
Panel protection as well to avoid, for example, burn-in.
In the firmware, indeed. I see some vendors, you know, they don't have those OLED care features enabled. You need to do this by yourself. So if you forget this, okay. So let's continue. Okay, so this is also a new OLED monitor, 32-inch 4K, and basically this comes with an AI spectrum bar. And I know it's not easy to see. I don't have a movie of this, but basically on the bottom, and I even don't have a logo. That's why I put the AI spectrum bar. Below this you have a bar, like an RGB light strip. And on the monitor, this is LOL, League of Legends. So you have your health bar, stamina, etc.
Is this League of Legends? I always have I don't know. I always have a hard time telling apart League of Legends and Dota 2.
Ooh, then I don't know.
But I think chat can tell us. Because there's probably someone in chat who plays one of them.
Yeah, it's LOL. Hey,
you are correct.
I'm not even playing the game.
But I can never tell those apart. So.
Okay, good. Thanks, guys. Okay, so the AI part can detect the bar on the screen. So in the past, if you wanted to display your life or your health bar on an RGB strip, you need to have a customized game for it, like what we do with Ubisoft. Now with AI, this can be detected on the panel. So let me go a little bit in detail. For example, over here you see that the health bar can be detected and it can be displayed on the light bar below the screen. But another example is also that you can, and this is really cheat level 100, you can get an indication on top of your enemies where an enemy is located. And this is in your monitor, so basically, Yeah, this is level 100 cheat mode. This cannot be
Even
detected.
you agree now that it's cheat mode?
This is cheat. Of course, it's cheat
Okay.
mode. Yeah.
Yeah, because we never agree on the crosshair through the OSD.
Yeah, I never used it myself, so well, not at home when I'm really playing. And this, it can be upgradable via firmware. So it's trainable AI models. So for example, if there's a game with a live health bar at the top left side, this can also learn to support this. I don't have a lot of information about this. This is all. So don't know when, how, what, etc. But we will
Skeets
try.
also said this is worse than the crosshair. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
absolutely,
This is
absolutely.
like even one step higher.
Well, a user with a lot of numbers, this monitor gets you banned. I'm not sure because how to detect it? It's an overlay on your screen. If you stream, nobody will see it. I mean, I'm against cheating. Let me be clear about this. But yeah, this is, and I'm not saying I'm happy that MSI is introducing this. It's a fact that we're going to have this. I'm just saying.
Also, that the feature is there doesn't mean you have to use it.
Of
I,
course.
for example, would not use it.
No. But I'm just saying that with AI and these kind of technologies, it will make things way more difficult to detect cheating. Anyway, let's see that in the future.
We need to have like a live stream about ethics sometimes.
Yeah.
In-game ethics.
Yeah, indeed.
And then we invite the engineer who came up with this feature in our headquarters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, mini LED.
Yes.
I always try to say mini OLED, but it's not. It's mini LED.
Mini LED, yeah.
So this is 27-inch, 4040. Am I correct? Yeah, 4040p, 500 hertz refresh rate. So really impressive. A lot of dimming zones. And yeah, not sure when this will hit the market. I don't like the picture because I saw mini LED before, LED before, and it looks awesome. Let me see. Now I'm reading.
I see a good question. Yeah, from RF Superbeat is asking power delivery 90 watts. Can it charge handhelds that needs 65 watts? Yes, of course it can. Then can we use adaptive sync through the monitor and not use a dock anymore? It's a good question actually. I think the USB-C in those monitors, Eric, correct me if I'm wrong, can also do DisplayPort over USB Type-C.
Yeah.
So technically, is there, I think certain
We need to
models,
test this.
Yeah, I think
I
technically.
mean, good story, makes sense.
It also depends on which gaming handheld, because of course, that one also needs to be able to push the display signal through the USB Type-C. But I know several can, and I would assume. Our
So
Claw
his question basically is, can we
Thunderbolt, so
connect Claw to the monitor?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it will. Later we will talk about that.
Yeah, we will try to get samples of both, so we can also try this in the future
and it's a good
maybe
idea.
demonstrate it. Yeah.
So,
That's a good question.
for example, this is one of the monitors. It's like a small 16-inch monitor. We had a live stream in the past. I think soon we will do another live stream. This can also be powered by a cable like DP. So it's display. What is it? DP?
DisplayPort.
DisplayPort. Sorry, I was profile like.
Yeah,
No, okay.
PD is power delivery.
It has
DP is
PD
DisplayPort.
and DP, so power delivery and DisplayPort via Type-C.
Yeah.
So this one, it's an improved version. It comes with an angle Type-C. You can mount it on a camera tripod, and it has some extra stand. In the coming weeks, we'll have a live stream about this. It's somewhere already for 2 months in a boat shipping from Asia to Europe. Not sure when it will arrive. So this is QB6. We did several live streams about QB and they all survived.
Are you sure? Did you?
Most
did you
of
check?
them survived.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was not there. I was not involved in doing any harm to any
No,
QBs.
you never killed a QB?
Don't remember anything about such a thing. So this will be a new QB. I think it will hit the market towards the middle of this year. I would say May to June timeframe somewhere. So based on Raptor Lake U, so meaning ultra low voltage.
But still very fast. That's always impressive with these ultra low voltage ones.
Will the support vPro and Thunderbolt with power delivery up to 100 watts. So basically you can power your notebook from that. DDR5, Wi-Fi 7, 2.5 gig LAN. quad display. So I think I don't know, but this probably has like 2 display ports, 1 HDMI, and maybe 1 DVI still. You know, it's for this commercial market.
I don't think it will have DVI. I don't think so.
Okay. Thunderbolt Type C. That's also one. Yeah.
But what is the 100 watt power delivery? Is that input or output?
Good question. We will talk to you
what
after.
What does it say? Because it's too far for me. What does it say? It says
PD input.
Oh, input. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not sure. Smart TV charger. So MSI, we always talk about main boards and monitors and GPUs, you know, this kind of stuff during our live stream.
Yes.
But actually, we're making robots, we're making chargers, we're making medical devices, automotive stuff. Maybe chargers also automotive stuff. Entertainment systems. They already mentioned that for buses, airplanes, etc. So MSI has servers. MSI has a lot of departments making products. We actually don't sell under the MSI brand name. This is more B2B market, OEM market. So maybe a vendor comes to us and say, I want to sell this under my own brand name. So we produce this for them. And I don't know anything about it. It's just a car charger and probably smart. And I was already talking with Mike about this. Maybe one time when we're in Taiwan, we should do another video about all these kind of departments. Normally we don't talk about a server department or.
So most people will indeed know us from the motherboards, the graphics cards, the gaming systems, notebooks, gaming gear, you name
because,
it.
They also have an interesting story and interesting products.
More of the like exotic products for MSI.
Yeah. What is it? Lenovo Go and Asus. What's it called?
Ally.
Yeah.
ROG Ally.
Yeah. So those are based on the same AMD platform, and this is the first Intel based
handheld.
Handheld. I want to say Steam Deck.
Handheld.
So we have a sample. Oh, no, I'm joking. We don't have a sample. We're trying to get a sample.
We're trying to get one. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Because both Mike and me, we have a Steam Deck.
I don't. My girlfriend has.
Oh yeah, and I also don't. It's my son's.
Yeah. We have one in the house, but
we're the one managing it. Installing the games. And
I'm only there for tech support.
Yeah, with tech support.
But I never actually play it.
Yeah. So this one is based on the latest Core Ultra processors. So you basically get a lot of CPU power, and that's quite important because this one comes with a Full HD screen, so 1080p. Which is bigger, higher than the Steam Deck. Which only shines from 20p. So basically you need to push more pixels, which also means you need to have more CPU and GPU power.
Yeah. It's also 120 hertz.
120 hertz. Let me see, because I see a question many times, and I asked a friend of mine in the USA. Okay, so he's saying no, at this moment it's not supporting VRR support. And we can also provide an FPS lock for lower power consumption. So basically tools that you limited, for example, to only 30 or 45 or 60 FPS and not to 120, because of course higher refresh rate will use more power. That's, I think, something you already know. This one has 16 GB, but I think there are 2 SKUs, like I'm not sure if it's an i9 or i7 or an i5, but basically there are 2 configurations, and the storage can go up to 1 terabyte. So to be honest, I don't know which configurations will be sold in the market, so probably it will be available in 1 or 2 different configurations in the different markets.
Depend on the region.
Again with Wi-Fi, so probably the high-end one, high-end configuration will come with Wi-Fi 7 and the mid-range, I don't want to call this entry level, the mid-range will come with Wi-Fi 6E. Let me hope that the SD card was located not on the exhaust. No, the SD card is, I think, on the top. You also have, this supports Thunderbolt.
Is it? So I'm not sure if it's on the top actually.
Yeah, was it? I saw it. Anyway, do we have more photos? No, we don't have more photos. Anyway, I mean,
but
there are a lot of
we will try to get one of these devices,
yeah,
and then we can.
I mean,
hopefully
there is a lot of media at this moment in USA, at Las Vegas.
By the way, it also has Mystic Light.
Yeah, RGB indeed.
Yes.
For faster FPS. That's the 120 that is coming from. It's going to be interesting to see this benchmarked against competitors. I think it's not only about speed, you know. It really depends what you wish. I mean, if you want to do 120, yeah, this is the one to get. I mean, this also has a bigger battery than the others on the market. But I think it's all about balance. And I know from experience with the Steam Deck, it really depends per game.
Depends a lot what you do, how you power limit things.
Yeah.
So but, a lot of variables.
Yeah, fact is, this can be, and I say can be, very powerful. So yeah, you probably can play a lot of games, and not all games are suited for the small format. Or suited, yeah, suitable indeed.
Yeah, it depends very much on what you play, indeed.
Yeah. Yes, that is the Titan, and Titan is a beast. It's usually the 4900 HX CPU, which is like the mobile CPU, which can draw a lot of power. Basically, it also has a lot of performance. And these kind of, I mean, laptops or desktop replacements maybe, you can expect a 4090 GPU. It's not the desktop version, because NVIDIA has special versions for the, let me put my mic a bit lower.
Like a desktop 4090 is basically impossible to cool in a notebook.
Yeah,
indeed. So they indeed do have special versions to use in that.
Yeah, and this one, for example, has an 18 screen, 120 Hz mini LED. Yeah. So it's all the eye candy you can get. And let me see. Yeah, uses killer Wi-Fi. So you probably know Intel bought killer. I think maybe 2 years ago already.
Maybe even more.
And Bluetooth 5.4. That's also new to me. So I mean, it's a small change. In the past we had 5.2. So I don't know what happened with 5.3.
We also had 5.3 in between.
Oh, there was a discussion we had about.
Yeah, but it's just minor revisions in between.
Yeah, indeed. So not sure what changed in. And this is the first notebook. It's very difficult to see. At the left side, you see the vapor chamber cooling. We used this before, but yeah, I mean, in these kind of small size, and this is not a small notebook. It's an 80-inch. Let me be clear. But in these small dimensions, we need to cool a lot of power. So yeah, that's why they're using a vapor changer, vapor chambers, I should say. Yeah. Yeah, for all the notebooks, I would say check one of your favorite YouTubers. I'm sure there will be. You know, it will take time. CES. It started on Monday, so yesterday was basically the first day. Well, it started on Monday for media. Yesterday was the first day for public and customers. So today, just a few hours ago, the third day started. But it takes time to produce all the content. So in the coming days, you will see more and more from your favorite media. So below the Titan notebook, we have the Raider notebook. So it's also a high-end notebook. There are different configurations. So really, if you want to talk about what CPU, what GPUs inside, please check the local market. But also in the
Raider 18, you can get all the flagship hardware still. So up to the i9, up to the 4090 notebook edition. You also get the mini LED screen with this one.
Yeah. So this uses different cooling and a different tooling, so different look and feel for the notebook.
Different case, basically. For
different case. Yeah, that's maybe the right thing. Then we have the Stealth notebook. It is no. I won't say it looks like what I have, but I have Prestige. That's something else. Does this notebook have the AI technology integrated on the Dragon software? So yeah, we have a different kind of AI software. So first of all, you have the AI MPU, I should say, from Intel. Intel is pushing out software together with their partners, which can make use of this. I know they're already. Mike, what's the audio software we were using?
The audio software we were using?
Audacity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I know that a few days ago, maybe Monday or last week Friday, they pushed out a new version of Audacity and the plugins can make use of AI. So there are a lot of different plugins which are, normally they take a long time, but by using AI, they finish much faster. And Intel will have
more and more software will push these kind of updates.
The software stack is always behind. That's always a problem. But I think this year we see this from several sides. I don't want to say it's the year of the AI. That sounds so bullshit, but it's more like AI everywhere. So you see it in notebooks, you see it in all kinds of products, and some AI will be bullshit, like it's just the same old stuff, but now they call it AI, and some will be really AI, like on machine learning and data sets and real-time processing. Skeets, no, we don't have any AMD notebooks at this moment on the booth at CES because AMD didn't launch anything new. So indeed, all Intel at this moment. So Stealth notebook is a thinner form factor. And this one is called the Stealth 18. We have a Stealth in 18-inch. We have a Stealth in 16 and 14-inch.
14 or 15?
I think 14.
14, okay.
But again, I'm not a notebook expert. So you can check our website. I think on YouTube, our YouTube channel has a lot of videos for the different notebooks.
And we will try to get someone in a more notebook-specific stream to talk more details.
So and you know, on the top you have the mini LED, and this one has IPS panels. And notice it says IPS level. IPS, I think, is I'm not sure from which manufacturer, but it's like a marketing name or a brand name.
LG, I believe.
Okay, LG. So this probably comes from a different vendor, but it has the same kind of aspects or characteristics for the panel. How we get this wallet code?
If you participate in the giveaway and you win, then you get it by email.
But how can you join?
If you go to msi.com/2/insider, so the URL you see above Eric's head, or if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, and yes, you're watching on YouTube, then once every 5 minutes you will see a link popping up in the chat. Our bot will put it there. It's a Gleam link, and if you follow that link, then you can participate through there as well.
Yeah, so Evolution 007 is saying LG was always good, but now you know it's OLED. Well, you know, there's always a cost difference, and
it's also very different technology, so
absolutely.
It depends a bit on what you want to do with it, what the best option is for you.
Like if you're a gamer or if you're doing Photoshop, creator, each scenario has a different best case panel, I would say.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, let's continue. So basically below this segment we have the Crosshair 16HXD14, and I think here there is also 14-inch from, not sure. But yeah, basically it's all about the panel size and the form factor. Oh, no, sorry. It's a 16 and a 17-inch. I was wrong, another 14-inch.
Both 240 hertz?
Yeah, and you see they can come with different kind of, are they the same panel? Okay, same panel. Yeah.
So these are, in both situations, they are lower resolutions than the previous models we had.
Yeah.
Those were Ultra HD models. These are 1440p, but these do offer a higher refresh rate, so 240 hertz in this case.
Yeah, and what you see here as options, you know, this is all basically decided per country. In each country, it's possible that we sell different configurations, and that's the difficulty
but
here.
But no i9s and 4090s in this model.
No, indeed. So this is a level lower.
Yeah.
And that's also always with notebooks and also desktops. You know, we always have to advise you, go to your local reseller to see what, or the local MSI website to see what they're offering in your country based on configurations. Yeah. And it's possible that you are looking for something specific, which we don't offer in your country, but in your neighboring country, we have it.
But always double check with keyboard layout, because that can be a difference.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
So especially, for example, in Europe, we have a lot of different keyboard layouts. So it's a bit tricky if you buy a notebook from another European country.
Yeah, indeed. Let's go one step lower. This is a Pulse notebook. It's both in 16 and 17-inch. It's called the Pulse 16 AI C1V, for example. And here you see...
It's not really a tier lower, I think. It's more like a different kind of model. But in terms of specs, it's still very high-end.
Oh, this is still indeed a gaming notebook. But it's a tier lower. I mean, it's all... I put them all in order of maybe pricing, specs. So this is the Ultra platform. So this is not the HX platform. Let me go back. Yeah, so you see this is the HX, which means the CPU, and I'm again not a notebook expert, but these mobile CPUs can draw way more power, and then
it's a different target group basically. So if you want to be more mobile, those CPUs are not the most suitable ones. Of course, you can use them on a battery, but not as long as the lower voltage models.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah.
I just go to the Intel Arc website. Accept cookies. Yeah, thank you. So this one, base power for the CPU is 55 watt, but it can turbo to 157 watts.
Yes.
And then I go Arc to one of the Ultra CPUs, which is the 185H. And this has a base power of 45 watts, and it can turbo to 115 watts. So that's a 40 watt TDP difference. So that's used. And also the minimum asserted power is 35 watt. On this platform, it's 45 watt. So, you know, there is really a tier difference in CPU consumption. Of course, also in performance. But
also notebook size. If you want a bit slimmer, more portable model, then you need a lot different CPU than when you simply want to have it as fast as possible and you don't care about power consumption.
And these kind of laptops with the HX platform, I would say, if you really want to do gaming, you should be connected with a cable. Well, that's always the advice for power
It's more
consumption.
of like a desktop replacement kind of thing.
Nah, these are not desktop. The Titan, that's maybe a desktop replacement. This is not. This is like a...
Still, I think this is not something... Mostly people will only have this gaming system, whereas the more portable ones are usually maybe people have a gaming system at home and want something specifically for on the go.
Yeah. So that's the difference in the
Can you
CPU.
open up the chat again, by the way?
Oh yeah, sorry. I was Arc, cheating on Arc. Should we do another giveaway?
Yeah, we can do another giveaway.
I mean, you do the blah 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 blah. I can go
Make
here.
sure to participate if you haven't done so. msi.com/2/insider, or if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, you can also follow the direct link that our bot puts in the chat once every 5 minutes. I'm not going to do the full version because we want to know our next winner, but this is impossible to read for me. It's way too small, but
Newsom.
Congratulations, you also won a Steam
Maybe
wallet code.
you pronounce your name a bit different, but hey, thank you for watching. Loyalty bonus, thanks.
And thanks for participating in the giveaway. So keep an eye on our mailbox, then we'll email the code to you in the coming days with some instructions on how to redeem it.
Let's continue a little bit with notebooks.
Yes.
So this was a Pulse, and you see the 16-17 inch, basically they have the same kind of panel options. So it's just the form factor. Up to means it can also be a 4060, maybe even
yeah, depends on the SKU.
40, I don't know what they have, but yeah.
Models. Evolution 007 is saying, but to be fair, you could also dial the CPU down in Windows power settings, and the card chip maybe even turn off and run iGPU. But that kind of defeats the purpose of having a very fast, high-end notebook.
But he's more talking about two scenarios.
How do you mean? Like if you want to take it with you?
Yeah.
But still, the cooling will be, and the whole case.
The weight will be there.
Will be based on the higher end hardware.
Yes.
So you will get a bigger, thicker, heavier notebook. And if you will dial it down,
Anyway, we will try to get a notebook expert, and we will try to do some notebook live streams that we go more in depth, not only about the new Meteor Lake platform, which I think is really interesting because I'm like I like this technical stuff. But also maybe talking about the notebook lineup, what the differences are, why choose for which notebook, what items to consider, because Mike and me were just basically reading the slides on this part, and tell you what we know.
Yeah,
so
we don't work with notebooks. Well, we work on a notebook on a daily basis, but we don't work with them on a daily basis.
No, indeed. So yeah, this one has an A6 CPU again, up to 47. So it sounds like this is a more higher end one. However, resolution is also a bit higher, not 4040p. So this is not a
this is 16 by 10 aspect ratio, not 16 by 9.
Indeed. But 240 hertz, and I think that's really interesting on a notebook. And then, Mike, I think you have this one there, Prestige, right?
This is.
I think I do have a notebook somewhere. Oh, it's on the desk. Oh, let me quickly grab it. Yeah, it looks like a Prestige.
Yeah.
And it says prestige, so it probably is a prestige.
Yeah, and if we're talking about, well, let me go back to the slide. Prestige 16 AI Studio / Evo. So this is based on the new Meteor Lake platform, Intel Core 9 processor 185H. You have, I think, there are a lot of different.
Eric, so I get to keep this one after the stream?
Not sure.
It's my new
is
work
it better
notebook?
than your current notebook?
It's thinner than my current notebook.
Then no. You need a thick and heavy one, otherwise you keep moving. You need to work, not walk around. So I'm not sure if this has a GPU. Oh yeah, I can do the close-up cam. Not sure if this has a discrete GPU. There are also with integrated GPUs. So for this one, it can go up to a 4070. Yeah, that's always what we have. 4070 GPU. And
do you want a studio tour in the screen?
Yeah.
Hey, chat, look, that's you.
I'm here.
Let me see. Where do we have? Oh.
No, other side?
Even further?
No, get there. In the corner. That's me.
Yeah.
They put me away.
You see the mess on the desk?
Yeah,
No,
maybe
you don't.
switch it on.
Where's the power button? This
Left.
one? Left?
Oh, no, the right side. That one, yeah.
Then
Yeah.
it's empty.
What?
Oh no, it does. No, it does light up.
Oh, I'm not sure if it's charged.
No, but the LED was in a different button. There we go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is really lightweight notebook. It's oh, we have
With a
some,
green background.
Yeah, nice.
There we go. That's better.
AI something. It's not better, but it's maybe
It is kind of bluish. It's kind of
maybe
weird that it keys it out.
This camera is better. Yeah, this is a lightweight. You talk about 1.5, 1.6
Yeah, it
kilo.
is lightweight for sure.
Indeed. And it comes with an OLED panel.
Ooh. OLED panel?
Yeah.
Let me check. So that's also why it's glossy, I think.
No, we will not show the cyborg. And actually, I didn't have any. We had some photos from the booth, but I didn't have a nice photo. So, and that's, yeah, I mean, there are so many other products we missed out on today. We try to get as many products in this live stream. But yeah, like what I suggested before, find your favorite YouTuber, your favorite website.
Eric.
And I'm sure they will cover.
Can you go to the close-up?
Close-up.
Are you jealous?
Yeah, I'm jealous. So, thank you all for watching today.
Yes, thank you so much.
Sorry we finished before we wanted. But you
this
can
is
go.
quite good, actually.
You guys can go to your football match. What was it? Roma versus
Lazio.
Lazio. Okay, I'm not into that. Good luck. Hope your favorite club wins, and
So
hope
thank
to
you
see
so
you
much
next week.
for joining today, and hope
Yeah.
to see you again next week.
And
Same
Mike,
place,
don't break
same
a
time.
leg.
I'll be on a holiday, but Eric will be there.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.